And we should be live. Let me just check the audio. Um, let's just see here. Yes, right, perfect. So today I'm going to be talking about link building and a common scam that people fall for. And I think it's good to educate people on the common scams to not be so you don't actually fall for them first of all. And this is actually kind of it's a bit of a sad story because this happened recently to a client of ours. Basically, what's ended up happening is said client has essentially spent a lot of money over the past 7 months with a link building agency, and the links that he was getting were essentially being manipulated. A lot have been de-indexed, and his website's just ended up being like destroyed to say the least. Now, a few reasons as to why I feel like I can talk about this. Obviously, I'm a part owner in a brand called Backlink Doctor. We do a lot of disavows. We do a lot of manual action link penalties or removals. So again, a lot of people think, oh, when was the last time a manual action link penalty happened? It happens quite a lot. So we've got this brand, so we see a lot of backlinks day in, day out, and we disavow a lot of backlinks. One of the most famous disavows that we ever done, we ended up having to disavow what was a $40,000 disavow. That's how much the disavow cost. And there was about $65,000 worth of guest posts that website owner had actually purchased in the past. And yeah, so overall 100,000 plus links disavowed. If you guys do want a trustworthy link building brand, highly recommend Searcheroo. Again, part owner in it. I can vouch for them. I'm sure there are other link building brands that do a good job, but my own link building brand, I use them day in, day out, so I can actually trust them. But a few things. Another reason as to why I wanted to make this video, I was scrolling on LinkedIn, and Chris from Sir Links a Lot, massive shout out to Chris, and also Nick as well. Both do they are ultimately a competitor of us, but he actually made a post, and it's very similar to what I will be talking about today. So what he's basically said is, here are some common ways people get scammed or waste a ton of time and money when it comes to link building, focusing too much on DR, backlinks, referring domains, keywords, traffic, and they're disqualifying like what kind of keywords the actual website's ranking for, the backlink profile of that website, the anchor text, outbound links. So is the website that you are acquiring a link from, is it just linking to any bad link neighborhood? What is this website that you are getting a link from? What's it actually linking out to? Because that's also important. Footprints, referring domain graph. One thing I would say about footprints is we will obviously get into this, but a lot of websites are built for guest post farming, and I'll show you how you can identify it. And yeah, traffic graph. So take a look at large sudden losses, traffic location as well. So where is that website getting a lot of its traffic from? Is it from India? Is it from UK? Is it from US? All of these things matter when you are vetting your backlink profile, or when you're vetting to get links. And then a few other checks that you can take a look at is, how's the website being monetized? Social media activity. This is quite a good one because a lot of guest post farms, they just throw up a website and they don't actually build any social profiles. Whereas if a website that you are acquiring links from actually has got a YouTube channel attached to it, or an Instagram profile attached to it, and it's actually being active, it's probably not going to be a guest post farm. I mean, in some cases it might be, but in a lot of cases, a guest post farm doesn't go and build all of these social profiles. The site appearance, Fiverr or farm footprints, branding titles, too many outbound links and articles, right? So this is a pretty decent breakdown by Chris. Shout out to him. I highly recommend you guys go and follow him. But let's take a look at some websites that actually fall into the bad section, right? So as you can see here, the Tech Online, again, it's a DR 2.5, UR 3.8. It's pretty brand new. So my guess is that this website is going to be inflated over the next couple weeks to get a high DR and basically get, it's a hacked website. So that's another thing as well. It redirects to a hacked URL. But in a lot of cases, websites previously looked like this. So DR66 website, 28,000 backlinks, 5,600 referring domains. You would look at that at a face value and think, that's quite a good website, but it's actually been de-indexed since the 14th of April. So again, when you are vetting your links, don't just look at DR because it can get manipulated very easily. And there's also a lot of low DR websites that rank for a high amount of keywords as well, that if you were to just go off of the DR metric alone, you would just be ignoring a lot of those links. Again, if we take a look at this website here, for example, DR48, and it just looks like it's been wiped off the face of the earth. Has it? Actually, no, sorry. This website has just recently started inflating its DR. So as you can see, if we actually take a look at just the domain rating here, as you can see, it's went from DR0 to DR53 overnight. It's slowly dipping, but it's one thing to bear in mind. And again, the guys that are building these guest post farms, they know what type of links they should be building to inflate the DR. I'll go into that on how you can actually inflate your DR. Again, DR and also SEMrush's equivalent, which I believe is domain authority, I think. Don't quote me on that. These can all be easily manipulated. So just bear that in mind when you are acquiring links. DR isn't a beyond and end all metric. If anything, it's a third party metric that can get manipulated in a matter of like 10 days. And I'll show you how to manipulate DR in just a second. Again, another website. So as you can see here, 14 referring domains, DR59 website. And it's going to a website called Softy.com. Now, the sad thing is people are actually falling for this. So like, for example, you've got websites like Calm, Headspace, Mindful, Insight Timer. Let's take a look at some other guest posts. So Tourism Langbrang, I've definitely mispronounced that, but this is a tourism website and it's got a guest post from this website. Let's just take a look at a few other links. So Fanatic, Cloud9, they're all getting linked to by this guest post website. Again, 14 referring domains and they've got a DR59. Let's just take a look and see how they are doing it. So it looks like they're getting a mix of a couple redirects they've had that could potentially inflate the DR. A load of image links going through to the homepage. So yeah, it's just an easy to manipulate metric. Again, DR49, 87 referring domains, 0 keywords, 0 traffic. Now, the worst thing is, these websites, they don't rank for anything just yet, but in a few months' time, they will have manipulated the traffic, and there's going to be a lot of people buying guest posts off some of these websites. Again, couch.co.uk. Again, it's linking to some slot websites. Wolfmania.com, I'm guessing it's a slot website. I don't know what that is. Slot 88, yeah. So there's a lot of spammy ways to essentially manipulate DR. Now, one thing that I will say, and again, massive shout out to this guy, he actually shows a lot of websites that have low DR but rank for a lot of traffic. And again, when a lot of people are vetting links, they just think, I need the highest DR possible. But there's some great websites that rank for a lot of keywords and get a lot of traffic. And they have got low amounts of DR. Like, for example, this website, 63,000 traffic, 14,800 keywords. This website's ranking for 0.7 DR. And that website, again, I've not looked at the website, but it could just have really great content. And a lot of people that acquire links every single month would say, nope, I don't want that link because of the DR. So just bear that in mind. Another thing as well that isn't spoken about, traffic can be manipulated. So if we take a look here, if we search James Dooley, and if we also do another search as well for Khazra Dash, as you can see here, if we look at the keywords, I can guarantee you there is nobody searching why is Khazra Dash the best SEO consultant for affiliates. 40 searches a month. Why did Khazra Dash win the Affiliate World Dubai? 20 searches a month. I'm telling you now, guys, nobody is searching this. It's just manipulated traffic. To be fair, Khazra Dash, the actual, that just keyword, that probably does get about 100 searches a month, but that's mainly because I am actually physically doing YouTube videos every single day, and every day when I open up my videos, I'll say, make sure to check out khazradash.com for a free consultancy call, whatever else, and people actually search Khazra Dash. So that's why that keyword actually isn't manipulated, but all of these two are. Then if we go over to James Dooley, as you can see here, why is James Dooley the best SEO consultant for artificial intelligence? 1,100 searches. Why is James Dooley the best business mentor for SEOs? 1,000 searches. Why is James Dooley the best SEO mentor for business? 1,000, 900, 800, and so on and so forth. So traffic can be manipulated as well. So just bear that in mind. And another thing that I wanted to show you guys very quickly is, if we go over to Fiverr, so if we go over to Fiverr and if we just do a quick search here for DR, or actually we'll do high DR. I'm fairly certain there'll be a lot of these gigs. So as you can see here, I will increase Ahrefs domain rating DR70 using high authority SEO backlinks. It's not the case. DR50 plus £50, DR60 plus £106, DR70 plus £163. Let's take a look at a few of these campaigns. DR40 £40, DR60 £98, DR70 plus £163. So as you can see, there are a lot of these scams happening. Just beware when you are doing any form of link building. Vet out the link building agency that you are looking to use. Typically speaking, a lot of these end up just getting it just happens, but this is the reason why I'm actually educating you guys on certain stuff like this, because I don't want any of you guys to get scammed. I think that it's important that when you are doing any form of earning money, whether it's link building, whether it's SEO for a client, whether it's PPC, or whether you're just selling any form of service, you need to be doing it in a legitimate way that both makes your business profit, but also makes your clients profit as well. It's not a right way of doing business at all. Just scamming people, it's not right. And just beware of this, because it happens every single day. People get scammed and they think that they're getting a true DR60 website, and it's not actually the case. We have got a comment here. A lot of these SEO gurus are reselling link farm guest posts. Are these types of links any good? No, they're not. This is exactly what we are actually talking about today. Very quickly, we have just went through a lot of websites here that are essentially built for guest post farms, and they just don't push the needle at all. So that's the whole reason of this. Video, there's just a lot of these websites that just don't push the needle. If anything, they end up getting de-indexed. Like, where was the website that we were looking at before? There was a website that I was looking at. Is it this one? I think it's this one. Yeah, it's ended up just getting de-indexed in the 12th of April. And we also have a question. I was wondering how long does it take for a low to medium competition local rank and rent site to rank top 3 organic after optimizing on page and getting citations for it? So something like that, it depends. Like, I'll show you an example, just very quickly. If we go over to this, so probably about 2 years ago, I was ranking number 1 for Accountants London, and to be fair, it was actually a lot harder keyword difficulty. I believe it was like a 60 keyword difficulty. It's actually dropped a little bit, and it ended up taking me 2 months to rank for that keyword. And it was very, very easy, or well, I thought it was very, very easy. And then there was another keyword, and it was actually a lot easier. It was something like accountants in Edinburgh, I want to say. It was something along the lines of accountants Edinburgh, and the keyword difficulty was a lot less. It actually took me a lot longer to rank for this keyword than it took me to rank for accountants London. And the reason for that is the keyword difficulty it's very, very flawed. It probably sounds like I'm actually hating on Ahrefs this entire video, because I've just, in the first 15-20 minutes of this video, I've just said that DR can be manipulated. I've just said that traffic can be manipulated. I've just said that Ahrefs is very flawed. So it sounds like I'm probably hating on Ahrefs, but that's not actually the case. But just a few things to bear in mind when it comes to keyword difficulty. It only takes a look at the amount of backlinks going through to the pages that's ranking for that keyword. So for example, you've got steedman.co.uk and it's ranking for it's got 2,420 referring domains. Backlinks, and it's got 75 referring domains. So if there's more backlinks through to these pages, it's going to have it's going to be a lot higher keyword difficulty. Like, for example, if we were to search what is SEO, for example, right? This is going to be a keyword difficulty of 94. And as you can see, the amount of backlinks and the amount of referring domains, it's a lot more here, right? So again, it's a harder keyword difficulty. So in a lot of cases, what you just need to do is build more links. So I know you're saying you've built citations, but in some cases, what you might just need is a few more actual niche edits or a few more guest posts and stuff like that going through to that page, and you will rank a lot easier and a lot quicker for that keyword. So just bear that in mind when you are doing any form of keyword difficulty checking. It doesn't take into consideration how much topical authority these websites have as well. So for example, this website, it's only got 75 referring domains and it's ranking position 1, but it might have a lot of topical authority, which I'm going to guess it does. Yeah, it does, because it's got a lot of separate pages talking about different forms of accountancy services, etc. So just bear that in mind when you are checking keyword difficulty. I think it's probably one of the biggest flawed metrics when it comes to Ahrefs. That and along Ahrefs. What do you think is the best way to boost? What do you think is the best backlink to boost rankings locally? So I typically like to do some citations. Obviously, the more you can get, the better. Let's go to here. So I typically do around 150 to 300 citations based on a few things. So based on the industry, if it's something like, for example, law, I probably would look to get all 300 citations. If it's also to, like, for example, if I'm ranking a keyword in New York, like lawyers in New York, I would probably want to get a lot of citations for that. I would also look to get a lot of link insertions through to the actual homepage. So, for example, again, going to for the keyword lawyers in New York, I would probably look to be building around 50 to 100 niche edits for that. But that, again, is a very, very difficult industry, or it's a very difficult keyword. So, like, lawyers, New York, it looks a lot easier than what Ahrefs is actually saying. But the amount of websites that are actually that you're competing against, or let's just search law firm New York. That might be. I can guarantee that on the keyword difficulty spectrum, it's going to be a lot harder than 18 keyword difficulty, right? Because a lot of these websites, what you need to also bear in mind is that they will have they will have a lot of topical authority as well. So this is why I personally don't look at keyword difficulty, if I'm being 100% honest. What I typically like to do as a base layer is get as many citations as I think makes sense. So, for example, if it's, for example, lawyers in Edinburgh, it's going to be a lot easier than New York. So I might only get 50 citations or something like that. And I would only get, let's say, 10 to 15 niche edits, all going through to the homepage. Branded links work very well at the minute. So look to do some form of link building, like outside of the citations. Citations is a good foundational type of link, but you're going to need some power, like niche edits, or in some cases like guest posts. But if you're only relying on citations, you're not going to get far. With niche edits, the good thing is it's on a link that is already ranking. It's already been crawled by Google. And if you hit it through to your homepage, so let's say, for example, if this was my website, if I was going to rank Searcheroo, I would be building links through to the homepage of this, and I would do, like, for the anchors, I would do very much branded to begin with. I wouldn't do any form of exact match or partial match. The first 10 links to any website that I build is basically super safe, and it's all branded anchors. So that's what I would be looking to do. And even at, like, local level, to be honest, any form of website, if it's brand new, that's the framework that I would be using. It doesn't matter if it's a nationwide website, if it is an e-commerce store, if it's local, if it's an affiliate website. That's the framework that I'd be using. It's just super safe. You can't really go wrong with doing something like that. So yeah, that's the form of that's the steps in link building that I would be looking to do. So that has been my video of being aware of link building scams and link building farms. If you guys have enjoyed this video, please remember to leave a like. And if you do want a free 50-minute consultation call with me to help grow your website, make sure to check the link down in the description or go to cadredash.com. Thanks.